Good morning everyone, this is Sheila. Welcome back to my channel. And today we are going to, I am going to show you how I made this little paper bag journal. If you see my other Christmas one that I just posted, Christmas journal for a friend that I made, it's basically the same thing, except this one's a little bit smaller. I use 3 bags instead of 5. These are made with regular lunch bags here, and I got these at I think it was Hobby Lobby because they're better quality. You can use the sandwich bags, the regular lunch bags, but usually the lunch bags aren't as well made, so I like these because they're better quality, and they measure about almost 10 inches by 5, and you can use any size bag. You don't have to use these. It will work with any size bags. Okay, so for this project I used 3 paper bags, and let me flip through this. On the spine here I have this piece of felt, and it's what do you call it, embossed felt, I guess you call it. I think I got this at Walmart, I believe. Anyway, so on the front cover here there's a pocket, and then I think there's 3 tag pockets. You can make this in a decorate for a tag, or you can make it like a photo mat. So there's 3 of those. Another pocket here, and then I added some journaling pages, and I think there's like 6 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so that's 12, so 24 writing pieces if you count front and back. And then there's another pocket there, another pocket here, another tag pocket, another pocket, some more journaling papers, and this is actually my coffee dyed paper kit that I had made. I got tired of, I got lazy. I should say I got lazy of making coffee dyed pages every time I wanted to make a journal. So I finally scanned some of my pages in my computer, and now I can print them out anytime I need them. And I love this paper, and of course I forgot to bring the pad of paper over. Another pocket on the back. Let me go grab that paper pad that I use, in case you want to know. I bought this at Michael's, and it's one of their Hot Buy pads that you can get on sale sometimes for like $5.99. And it's the Holiday Bash paper collection. So I bought the 12 by 12, and I also got a couple of the 6 by 6. And one of these I used for the cover for that. I just cut it down, but it's really, really pretty paper. So that's the paper I used. Alright, so now I got all my pieces ready here. So, okay, so here's the 3 bags. I used my scallop punch to make the holes. It looks like someone took a bite. They were hungry. But you don't have to do that. I just like to do that. Okay, did I glue these yet? I sure did. Okay, so I'm going to use this one for an example. So you need 3 of these paper bags. So what I do first is I fold my bags in half. Before I do anything. Make sure to get a nice good crease. Okay. And before you attach your bags, I would suggest to punch, if you're going to make an opening, punch it now before you glue the bags together. together, you know what I mean? Okay, so what I did is I glued all here. Now some people just put a little glue here and a little glue here, and you can leave it so you can have a pocket, but I chose not to do that on mine. I glued this whole area down. Then on each side of the bag you're gonna add glue here, but where that crease is where you fold the bag, don't glue there. I noticed that if you do glue there, it's harder for the bag to fold. So that's why I fold my bags first, so I know where not to glue. So where that little indentation is, do not put glue there. And do the other side. Then you lay them aside, let them dry. Then you come to this part. So let me see if I can find my pieces for the spine. Okay. So now because you have 3 bags, you're going to need 2 spine pieces. Now if you're going to have 4 bags, you need 3 spine pieces. If you're going to have 5, you need 4. So it's 1 less of how many bags you're going to have. And these measure the spine pieces. Where's my book? I didn't write this over again before I did this. Spine piece 1 6/8 by 5 inches. And then you're going to score it on your scoreboard at a 1/2 inch and then at 5/8. And on your scoreboard, or you could do it by hand, it doesn't matter. And then you're going to take your bone folder, take a marker, a pen, or whatever, and crease on the folds. Okay, so now that's the 2 pieces. So you're going to lay down your first bag. Now this is, make sure you have a flat side for your back and your front cover. Like this, don't have this on the outside. Okay, make sure it's on the inside. So I'm just going to fold that down a little bit more. So now I'm going to lay glue. Oh, excuse me. You use glue for this because if you use double-sided tape, your book's going to fall apart eventually. And that won't be good if you give it away as a gift or if you decide you're going to sell your journal when you're done. I've had that happen to me. People sent me things and they fall apart because the glue, especially if you live in a humid area, the glue does not adhere to anything permanently. Alright, so making sure that's glued down. Then I'm going to put some glue on this edge. It is pouring out today. Now you're going to take your next bag and line it up as best you can right to the edge. Open it up and take your bone folder or whatever you have handy and just spread out that glue. So now there's your first section. Okay. Alright, so now get your next one. Oops. Yeah, it's pouring out. We had 2 days of rain here. Today, I hope, is the last day. But they have flood warnings and everything. It's crazy. And I'm not where the hurricane is. I'm just, there's a cold front coming through North Carolina, and that's where I am right now. Alright, so then the front cover, back, whichever you want to make sure, like I said, it's not the one that has the opening where you cut it down. If you keep it whole, it's still a good idea to keep the pocket side because those are going to become pockets on the inside of the journal. You don't want it on your cover. Well, maybe you do want it on your cover. It all depends. Okay. Alright, so now can, oh, it's thundering. Okay, so now there's your bags. They're attached together. Okay, now what did I do? I don't even know if I cut that. Of course I didn't. The spine piece, let's see. I don't think I did that. Base spine, 2 pieces, go to glue spine. Spine piece, 1 and 6. Actually, I told you the wrong thing. Those spine pieces, you cut 2 at 1 1/4 by 5 inches. And then you're going to score it at a 1/2 inch and 3/4, which I'll have all these directions in the comments down below. I mean, in the description. Now, for the spine piece, I'm trying to think, did I put that on first before? I don't remember if I, darn it. Anyway. Okay, so now you need a spine piece here. I can't remember if I added my pages first. No, I think I added my pages first before I put that spine piece. Okay, so yes, I think that's what I did. Okay, so you're going to need your paper. If you chose coffee dye, if you chose printed paper, whatever kind of paper you'd like. I use 6 pieces each. And if you want to know the measurements of this, it's 5, I believe it's 5 inches by 9 1/2. 5 by 9 1/2, and you need 6 pieces, and then you're going to fold it in half. So you're going to need 2 booklets that size. Hold on 1 minute, I got to get my whole book up. Okay, so then you're going to need some twine, ribbon, whatever you want to use to tie this to the inside. Okay, alright, so what I do, you're going to attach it to the spine piece that's in between the bags. I take my ruler and take this pen. Take a pen. And you're going to lay it down and you're going to measure. Because it's 5 inches, you're going to go to 2 1/2 and you're going to put a dot like that. And then you're going to put a dot for 1 inch in on either end. And right in the middle of that middle section of the spine piece. Okay, so now you got your 3 dots. Listen to that thunder. I hate thunder. Well, it's not the thunder I don't like, it's the lightning. Okay, so now I'm just going to lay my papers down so I can mark on the booklet where I want the holes. So now I got 3 little dots marking where I want the holes. So if you have an awl, or you could use a needle with a sharp edge to poke your holes, just be careful to make sure your fingers aren't in the way of them holes. So just line it up, poke it through, line it up, poke it through. Okay, so now 3 holes. Now on the paper, which I'm actually going to fold this back the other way because my dots are on the inside. I'm just going to, right on the spine where you put your dot, right on the spine, poke a hole. Remember what I said, watch out for your fingers. I stuck myself so many times. Okay, so now you got your 3 holes. So now you're going to take a good amount of string, about I guess 18 inches or so of your twine, ribbon, whichever you like. Get a good sized needle so that you have a big eye so that your thread's going to go through. And this is a little trick I learned years and years ago. If you fold this down over the needle and squeeze it, you can get it in your needle pretty good. Pretty quick. Okay, so we're going to start in the middle hole. Okay, pull that through and leave a tail for tying later. Then we're going to go to this hole on one side. Say that's called the bottom side. Pull that string through, but be careful that you don't pull that string. Okay, we're not going to go back into that hole. We're going to go back up top into the top hole. Okay, go into the top hole. And again, pull that through, but make sure you don't pull too tight either, because if you do, you could tear your paper. Now we're going to go back through the middle. Back through the middle, which is sometimes a little challenge. And you have one of the strings on one side. Okay, I make sure, oops, pull. I make sure when I pull my string up, there's one on this side of the string and there's one on that side, if that makes sense. Then I'm going to cut it off. Pull a little tight, but not too tight, because like I said, you don't want to tear your pages. And I just make a knot. And you can leave the string long for right now, because if you want to hang some beads, go ahead and do that. Alright, so now you can leave these for later. Now we'll go to the next one. Take your ruler, mark in the middle, because this is 5 inches, so you want to make a mark at 2.5, and then you want to go in an inch on either side, make a mark. Then lay down your other booklet. And mark off those holes. Alright. Take your awl. Do the same with your papers. Now if you choose not to add any journaling pages, that's fine. You can, it's your book, you can do whatever you like. You don't have to. With my other journal, I had so many compliments on it, and so many people asked me how did I do it. So I decided I was going to do a tutorial, even though I do have a paper bag tutorial, but this one's just a little bit different. So alright, so now like with the first one, go in the middle hole first, leave some string hanging, go back in through the bottom hole. I'm calling it the bottom hole. Ow, I just stuck myself. Be careful not to do that. Get those out of the way. Now you're going to go up top, go back down through that hole, It's a very simple 3-hole stitch. Not too difficult. Now we're going to go back up. Make sure again that you're on the opposite side of the twine, in the middle there. Pull it taut, but not too tight. Make some string. Tie with the knot. Okay, so now there you have it. And that's what it looks like on the back. Now, because we're going to add another spine piece, we're going to add this. You could just add that to it and it would be fine. But I always like to reinforce my spine. So, and I think I forgot to cut that piece. So, I'm just going to pause the camera for one moment. Okay, back. So, to cover the spine, you're going to need a piece of cardstock that's 5 inches by 1 6/8, and then you're going to score it at a half inch, yes, half inch, and at 5/8. Alrighty. Okay, so now your spine should fit right in there. So what we're going to do is use some glue. Now I know a lot of people like to use double-sided tape, and I should say, be using some double-sided tape when we get to decorating a little bit, only because it saves time. But I like to use glue because then you know everything's going to stay together permanently. So put some glue and then line that up. And then I always like to open up the front cover and push down. Open up the back cover and push down. Okay. Now, before you go on, you can let all that dry. Alright. And there, the book is now together, ready for you to add your decorative pages. Alright, so I have some, now the decorative pages, mine is 4.5 by 4 3/4 for the front and back cover. And for this, I will be using my double-sided tape just because it goes a little faster than gluing it down. If I was doing this any other time, I'd probably use glue, but... And I'm just gonna eyeball it a little. Did I do that right? Yes, I did. I'm trying to think. It's a little crooked, figures. It's a little crooked, but oh well. Okay, now the back. Okay. Alright, so now what I did on my book is I took a piece of this embossed felt. Let me see, it's 5 inches by 2 inches. And, oops, I just put tons of glue. Now felt will absorb your glue. So make sure you put a lot of glue. And sometimes I will even put some on the book itself. because, like I said, it absorbs it. So if you put glue on both, it will help hold it together. Alright, so now try to place it on your felt in the middle. Like that, and do the same. Open up the front cover. Open up the back cover. Just kind of spread that glue out. Okay, see, I might have to add some more glue. Yep. See how it absorbs it? It's one thing that's hard to stick down. So I think after this part I'm gonna stop, because I want to make sure this dries good before I go on. And come back later and do part 2. I just want to make sure that stays on. So what I'm going to do, take a couple things. What else can I put down? Just to hold it. Alright, so that's part 1. When the next part will come back, we'll decorate some more. We'll add pockets. We'll do the tags that go inside these little, the larger pockets, and then go from there. We'll add the ribbon for the tie and the corner pieces, because that's what we're going to add that first, because you need to do that before you start decorating the pages on the inside of the book. So that will be in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them below. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I'm getting so close to 2,000. I mean, I got like 150 more, I think, to reach 2,000, which is very exciting. Reaching 2,500 was my goal for this year, and I'm not worried I'm not going to reach it, because I love doing these, and I love, you know, helping everybody out by doing these tutorials and sharing my work. It's not about the number. I don't make money doing this. I really don't care. It's just a hobby. I love it, and I love you guys, and I love hearing from you. So please, please, please comment below, and until next time, you all have a wonderful day and stay safe out there.